Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Optic Scumpy bringing you another Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary, and we finally did it! We hit 100,000 subscribers. I want to thank you guys all. It really does mean a lot to me. I've been working really hard, and I mean, this is where it all pays off to just reach a milestone like this. It's pretty ridiculous that 100,000 people have the opportunity to watch my video. Not 100,000 people watch them every single time, but 100,000 people have the opportunity to see my content, and that's just like, I could spread anything information-wise to 100,000 people. That's just ridiculous. That's a lot of freaking people. And it really is crazy to have hit that milestone, because I never thought that I would have ever made it to this. Like, I never thought when I first started my YouTube or when I first got my capture card that it would sum up to this. And I want to thank you guys all for enjoying my crazy content. I know I'm a little kooky redheaded kid, but you guys seem to enjoy it, and so I appreciate that. And it really does mean a lot, so thank you. But in honor of the 100,000 subscriber video, I didn't really plan anything. The 300th video slash, I forget what the other thing was, but the 300th video was a lot more special than this one, obviously. That was like a big mashup of all of my favorite moments on my YouTube channel. All the things that I went back and recollected on. You can go watch that. It's only like a week or two old. But, you know, I just put a bunch of my favorite clips from my YouTube career. It's crazy to see how my channel has evolved, how my video quality has evolved, how my commentating has evolved. Just everything has gotten better. My channel has changed. You know, it used to be strictly competitive, and now I try to mix it up. I mean, not as much as I can. I try to lean towards not competitive. Public matches a little bit more for my YouTube channel, just because I feel like they're a little more entertaining to watch. Competitive gets repetitive. It rhymes, but it just gets repetitive. The same maps are played. Public, you can switch up the maps, play with different guns. Competitive, you're playing with the same things every time. Most of the time, at least. And there's not really that much diversity whenever you learn the competitive gaming thing. Like, there's like 4 guns that are used, 4 main guns, and there's a lot of different strategies that are involved. But I just feel like public matches are a little bit more entertaining to watch. And I don't know why I'm going off on a freaking tangent. But this gameplay, like I said, I brought it out because this was such a big milestone. It's a really good gameplay. I ended up dropping 100 plus on some domination on Plasma, and I haven't really been going for 100 pluses lately in public matches. I've really been going for nuclears, low kill streaks, lower kill streaks at least, like escort drones, warthogs, orbital VSATs still, of course, so you gotta have that. And just other things like that. And like I said, I've been going for nuclears with UAVs and orbital VSATs and counter UAVs. You know, just trying to enjoy the game a little bit more. I am a prestige master, and you know, it does get boring after a while, especially when you're a prestige master. You're not really playing for anything. I mean, except to get camos or different challenges or things like that, things of that nature. But other than that, there's not, like, I really enjoy prestiging. That's one of my favorite parts of Call of Duty, the ranking up system. I think that's one of the best things that Call of Duty has brought. Like, all the other games, the replay value isn't as high because, you know, it's the same thing and you're not really working up towards anything. You're not really leveling up. You usually hit a level cap relatively quick, and then after that, there's really nothing to do anymore. And that's why a lot of other games get boring for me, such as Gears of War. But I really... Gears of War, not so much. I mean, they have a lot of levels, but, you know, I don't know. Gears of War just isn't my thing. Halo, I could play Halo forever if they had a ranked matchmaking system. I don't think they do yet, but I've been anxiously waiting for that. If they do, let me know, obviously. But I had been anxiously waiting for that. I was a really big Halo 2 player back in the day, and I really liked their ranking system, even though it had a lot of flaws. Like, there wasn't really any points. It was just if you won a certain amount in a row, you got promoted and shit like that. But I'm going off on so many freaking tangents. It's unreal. But yeah, Halo 2 is my jam. I used to be a freaking demigod at that game when I was like 5 years old. But I want to talk a little bit about the patch notes that came out yesterday and how they affected the game and the competitive side of the game. So basically, I put out a video, 2 videos back to back actually, about the Cap 40s and how overpowered they were, how good they were, you know, their capability inside of the game as opposed to other secondaries, and secondaries shouldn't be that strong in the first place. But the Cap 40s were really good. People are under the false impression that David Vonderhaar watched my videos and they switched it like overnight. They had to have been working on that for weeks in advance. People had been complaining about it on Twitter for a while, and I know a lot of the YouTubers think that David Vonderhaar only listens to the competitive side of the community, and that's because the competitive side of the community really knows balance. Obviously, the YouTubers still do, but the competitive side, whenever you're playing against people that are at your skill level or very, very close to it all of the time, and every single person on the other team is, relatively close to your level or on your level, um, we tend to see things that are over abused, things that are unbalanced, and things like that. Like they haven't really been messing with too many things outside of the game, like theater or custom classes. I know a lot of people want that, more custom classes, so that you can make more classes to counter stuff. They haven't even been really listening to that. Treyarch is really, really, really determined to make a balanced shooter, and that's what this patch really did bring with it. It brought a lot of gun nerfs and buffs. Some of them I don't agree with. Some of them I agree with. Obviously, they have the numbers. Like, they have all the numbers, the statistics, how many people are using them, how many people are killing with them, what's their KD with them. They have all of those statistics that they can look at, so you can't really knock them for what they did. If something looked wrong on their charts, they're obviously going to change it, and if people are complaining, such as AR players, about SMGs being too overpowered, they're going to change it to try and cater to the AR players, because the SMG players are still going to use their guns, even if they're not as good, because the guns are still good. But basically, the MSMC and the PDW got a hip fire and damage reduction from certain ranges, and you really can't tell that much of a difference with the PDW. When I picked up the PDW a couple times, it really didn't feel too different. It felt pretty similar, actually. I couldn't really tell, any difference at all whatsoever. So that still felt the same. The MSMC, I haven't really gotten a chance to play with it, but a lot of professional players on Twitter have been saying you could definitely notice that it is weaker and that it is a different gun. It's noticeably different. So I really want to get to that, because my role on the team used to be an SMG player, but we sort of switched roles around, trying to try new things out. And the roles that we're running now are seeming to work better than the old roles that we were running. So we're sticking with those, and now I'm running an AR instead of an SMG. So I really haven't been picking them up too much. But, I'm just giving you guys feedback from the other professional players and their opinions on Twitter. So it is what it is. And then a lot of the ARs got buffs. I know the Type 25 got a medium range damage buff. I know the Scar got a buff. I know the LMGs got a nerf, I think, on their medium range. So, I mean, nobody really uses SMGs. Occasionally, they're trying to throw the other team off, but you saw that one video that I made about how good that one SMG is, and people don't even use that much in competitive anymore. The only time I've seen someone use that against us, there actually been two occasions, whenever Ricky was using it in the hard point, and whenever we got beat in the online qualifier. One of the kids on the other team was using it in a search and destroy, and it really threw us off guard, so it was a great strategy, but really haven't seen it been pulled out since. But the big thing was the discussion on the Cap 40s. Like I said, I made those videos. As you guys could see, the Cap 40s obviously needed to have something done to them. They were so freaking good. It was just absolutely cruel to players not using them. Like SMG players, it was basically shoving it in their face, like, you can't use an SMG up close against me, or you're just gonna automatically lose the gunfight. And those things were way too good. And I'm glad that they did nerf them. But the nerf really, it made a difference, but the guns are still really good. Obviously, the Akimbos are meant to be good at close range, like a shotgun, so it's still annoying when people use them. Like, it's annoying whenever you die by a shotgun. It's annoying whenever you die by Akimbo Cap 40s. Just because of the range? I don't know, I guess that sounds weird. The range is range, or how far it's effectively and efficiently able to be shot. And so, these things were nerfed. The spread and the damage were both decreased a little bit. The spread is really the big thing. The damage, if you're close enough with them to get a kill at close range, you deserve the kill. Like in a hard point or something like that. Obviously, it's still cheap like a shotgun is, but you just have to learn to deal with it. They're not going to take it out. They're not going to ban it. They want to keep the game as close to public matches as they can, and so they're going to keep it in. But, they did make a change to it, and it did help out a little bit. Not a lot, but it did help a little bit, so I'm glad that they did it. And I don't know why they nerfed the SMGs. I really don't. That baffles me. The SMGs were perfect where they were, but I guess not, according to their numbers. But if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you hit the like button. Favorite if you really enjoyed it. Comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. Any constructive criticism that you got, let me hear it. And subscribe if you haven't already. 100,000 subscribers, guys. Thank you so much. Means a lot to me. And as always, this was your boy Optic Scumpy. Peace.
Not so bad.